72. What is the next Jewish neighborhood outside of the wall?
נחלאות.
מאה שערים.
מאה שערים, right.
Oh, there's a yeshiva here. People are still living here, so let's keep it a bit quiet. Yeah, 1874, I think, Mea Shearim. That's the fifth, and we're going to see the sixth, which is no, it's one of the Nachlaot, one of the first Nachlaot, Even Israel. So, what is the story of this place? And I mentioned two other sites that are nearby. The first is the house of Rav Kook, which used to live here in this yard, and he lived in when the second floor was added to the southern wing of the building. You can see and follow very well what is the original building and what was added later. There's an earlier stage in the this wing, or I think it's this one here. Okay, so that was the original place where Rav Kook was residing, and the heritage site of him is located next to the yard. And another important location is the Ticho house. The Anna Ticho house, which is today a branch of the Israel Museum. It's a gallery of art, of modern art. But that was the clinic of Dr. Ticho, was a very, very famous, how do you call ophthalmologist? Thank you. Here in Jerusalem. And he was living here together with his wife, Anna Ticho, who was an artist, and did very, very beautiful drawings and paintings of Jerusalem. But it used to be a really beautiful location with a nice vegetarian restaurant, but now it's actually really buried under in the shadow of the modern buildings around here. So Beit David, the origin of the name of Beit David is David Reis. His name appears there in the inscription, the historical inscription, which is the dedication inscription saying that he bought this terrain, okay, in 1872. He was a wealthy Jew from Poland who didn't have children, didn't have family, and he decided to live in Israel, and actually was very much impressed from Yosef Rivlin, okay, the Shtetl Macher, the builders of the founder of the neighborhoods, and therefore he decided to buy a terrain and found his own neighborhood, and this is what he did here. Actually, you can see that the entire neighborhood is organized around the yard. And this is a concept that actually was introduced from of the reality in the old city of Jerusalem, where many of the houses are actually organized around a yard. Of course, when you have an open terrain and you have the rooftops around it, you can use the water and collect them in the cisterns. Okay, not wells, but cisterns, the two cisterns that are here in the yard. This is something that you're going to see in some of the neighborhoods that we're going to reach finally in the Nachlaot area. Okay, so originally the yard and the building surrounding it had only one floor. The second floor was added later. And until today, by the way, this is the offices, the main offices of Yahouda Knesset Israel. This is actually the organization that was responsible for the founding of the first Jewish neighborhoods. Okay, so it means the General Committee, Knesset Israel. Okay, and Yosef Rivlin was behind it. And until today they operate. And by the way, until today the people that are living in those apartments are actually paying the rental to this fund, which is actually founded in the late 19th century. Okay, so they are located right over here. So the story of the fourth neighborhood outside of the walls. Today there is here a yeshiva, as you can see, study college, and there used to be, I think it does not exist anymore, but there used to be here once, at least 10 years ago, a special museum which was called the Tehillim Museum, the Museum of the Psalms. There were here 150 paintings all related to each one of the 150 psalms from the book of
מזמיר.
Psalms.
of the poets.